Good afternoon, everybody. At least it is Central Time. This is Tom again with a Video Daily Sit Rep. Some of you used to follow them on Facebook. Some of you never used to follow them at all. You're probably not following them right now. I now put them on my Google account, which automatically puts them on YouTube and Pinterest. Or I put them on my YouTube account, which puts them on Google and Pinterest, etc. You put them on one, they're on all three. So you can find me in any of these places. I usually just totally babble about what's going on in my life, what I've done during the day, what I expect from the weather, what I expect from the government, etc., and so on and so forth. As a general rule, they're totally useless. However, sometimes there's insights dropped in, here, there, everywhere. Sometimes the whole thing could be an insight as to who I am and what I do. And Shane, if you're watching, do me a favor, let Mikey know that not only did I already have another lock blade and a sheath blade at home that were, I thought, sharper than the blade he took from me. I went back to the same store, they were sold out of them. The guy who works in the section, instead of where it was just out front on the counter, the guy who works in the section says, no, the best one's this. So I've replaced it with another one the same size that he says is better. I haven't checked out the sharpness yet, and do not intend to, but you can let Mike know that if he's not going to give it back, I got one. Doesn't mean I mean to use it. No, I'm not using it. Although things have been bad lately, not using it. I just got back from walking the dogs. Came back with 2 out of 3. I'm doing pretty good. That's what happens every time. The puppy that I keep saying we got 3 or 4 months ago, turns out we got her way back in October. And she ain't been spayed. Neither of the males have been neutered. Even 13-year-old Dempsey's kind of starting to sniff around in that area. So it's getting real close to time for her first heat. I don't know what we're going to do then. Right now, even though she's grown enough to understand, since mommy never punishes any of her dogs and gives them treats if I punish them, it's kind of hard to train them. But she still uses pee pad and poop pad here in the living room and in the bedroom because all the dogs sleep with Jan, and she always misses by about that much. But she's in the general area. Now on poo, she'll get a lot of it on there, and she goes all the time, like drops that big. Just for the sake of it. She does poop and potty outside. She knows that's what it's for. If I could just take up the pee pad and the potty pad in here and yell at her every time she does it and scare her, put her in her cage. Which she needs a bigger cage because she's as big as the boxer. Anyway, just stuff like that. I took the gate down from my door, and the cats know that means that the dogs aren't coming out for probably 6-7 more hours, which is true, because their mommy shouldn't get off till, I'm guessing, right at 8 today. Since yesterday was payday, even though I can't afford it, and we had the $5 Little Caesars pizza the other day, I might just order real good pizza for tonight. It's either that or I cook something, and I don't know that I'm up to cooking something. If I'm up that late, and it's really, with the pills I've been taking aside from when I'm in East Tennessee, I'm crashing around 7 or 8. Last night I crashed at 7 without taking the pills. Got up at 10 till 8 when Jan got home. No, I set my alarm for 10 till 8 because I wanted to get up and watch Hawaii Five-0 and fell back asleep because I didn't have it set to record. I figure I always watch it. Why record it? Lo and behold, I went back to sleep before I could figure out why I'd set my alarm. Then I woke up when Jane came home. Anyway. Turns out my doctor that I see on Friday, my therapist, or from a Monty Python skit, he kept making signs and he'd leave them split in the wrong place. So the guy comes out and runs and yells at him. All you can hear is music. It's the ones where they play music and you have little girls in bikinis running around everywhere. And the rapist. So that's always stuck in my head. And he just pushed it together and it said therapist. There were, like 8 or 10 more of them just like that. But that was the funniest to me. I love English humor. I was offered my freshman first quarter. They come to me and told me to apply for a transfer, for the transfer student thing, where I'd do a semester over there and one of their people would come over here and do a semester. And I didn't take it. I'm an idiot. I'd probably have never left. As it is, I've never left the country. Well, aside from in my mind, and Fort Hood, Texas, and Fort Sill, Oklahoma are entirely different worlds. Particularly to somebody who grew up on the Cumberland Plateau. You grew up surrounded by mountains and forests, and you go out to Oklahoma. They say, well, you go over that big hill there. That big hill's got yellow stripes painted on it. Pretty sure it's a speed bump. That's what I said, the big hill. And then you get to the forest. You mean the 3 dogwood trees? Yeah, that's what I said, the forest. Somebody from the plateau, that's just odd. Anyway, I've taken up enough of my time boring people. I just wanted to make this kind of an introductory video since now I'm just going on Google and YouTube and give you all a taste of what it's usually like to peer into my mind. Sometimes I go into darker places. Sometimes I go into much funnier places. Sometimes I do nothing at all but just sit here and babble. Complain about shit. Because it's fun. And it's really my only human contact. I'm once again out in the middle of nowhere with no car and no friends, and so I just sit here all day. Jane goes to work, likes to leave a half hour early, takes her half an hour to an hour to get back. So that's 9-10 hours a day that I'm just sitting here by myself with the dogs in their crates. I probably ought to go look for the other one now. She's probably ready to come in. So, Anderson on way to look for dogs, and Anderson out.